Hello, people of the internet. My name is JD Shadow, and we're going to do this once again. The WWE Ultimate Thrill Ride, the Show of Shows, the Showcase of the Immortals, the whatever other tagline they put it, WrestleMania. I did this for Fastlane, and I think I was pretty good at my predictions, so we're going to try this once again. This time with whatever you want to call it. Basically, it is their biggest show. That is their marquee show. This is the one show to end all shows. WrestleMania 33, emanating from the Citrus Bowl in Orlando, Florida. Next year, they're going to emanate this from New Orleans again. One thing about this WWE, how many times you're going to visit the exact same places for WrestleMania? You did this at WrestleMania 30. You were at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome for WrestleMania 30. Why are you going there again 4 years later? Not that they don't deserve it or whatever, but I'm starting to worry a little bit about whether or not the WWE can find some new places to hold WrestleMania, and why they go to Citrus Bowl, which granted they haven't been there since WrestleMania 24. Now they're back, and that's okay, but I don't know about going back to New Orleans again unless they have a way in order to top the attendance they did at WrestleMania 30. So with that having been said, we're going to go through this one by one on each match. Again, this is according to the WWE.com match card. Going to go up the list. Now, I waited at least until the SmackDown Go Home show to post this. I am not watching 205 Live at this point because I want to get this out there because, well, I think by this point, most of the matches are set in stone. There's probably going to be little to no changes as far as the card goes, but again, card subject to change, as everybody knows. This might also not be the exact way that they order the match card. This is just how I'm going to read it on WWE.com. So here we go. First of all, let me first say that there are 3 matches on the kickoff show. Now, a lot of people are probably going to be so angry that they bumped the Cruiserweight Championship match and the SmackDown Women's Championship match onto the kickoff show. They obviously were going to do the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal on the kickoff show, but those 2 other matches are probably going to be mad that they're on there. Let me iterate something before I go into my predictions. My mindset here is that they're probably stacking the kickoff show to get people to watch it. One of my major theories that I keep having is that they want people to watch the kickoff show in addition to everything else. Like, the kickoff show has importance. So I don't think it's much of, okay, they don't see the Cruiserweight Championship or the Women's Championship match as important. They see, hey, it's important enough, maybe we can draw people to watch the kickoff show instead of just skipping it because they think, hey, it's all recaps what we're going to see at WrestleMania. So yeah, there is that. And also, something has to be put on the kickoff show. Something has to go there. And it's 2 hours long, starting at 5 p.m. EDT. So, Neville versus Austin Aries for the Cruiserweight Championship. One thing I gotta say about this is that they really didn't give much of a other reason for Austin Aries to go after Neville, besides the fact that, hey, I want to go after him. There's only one other person you haven't beat yet, Neville, and I am it. Austin Aries was the announcer for a time on 205 Live until he decided he was going to challenge Neville for his Cruiserweight Championship. But this would probably be a feel-good thing to start off the show with Austin Aries winning, if that is possible. Now, here's the thing. I thought that Joe Gallagher was going to have his WrestleMania moment here, that they were going to give him a rematch and Neville was going to lose it here. I still think Neville's going to lose it here because they probably want to kick this all off with a title change. A lot of things do happen here on WrestleMania. A lot of storylines conclude at a WrestleMania. I think Austin Aries, he's very popular. He gets a lot of pops. A lot of people enjoy his work. So, at least on the mic, he does a pretty good job in the ring. So, yes, I'm probably going to go with Austin Aries to kick this thing off. Now, this could go either way, but I'm thinking more Austin Aries here because I predicted at WrestleMania Neville was going to lose his Cruiserweight Championship. I think I'm going to stick to that point that Neville's going to lose it here at WrestleMania. They're going to give Austin Aries because it wouldn't be smart to not have Austin Aries, a really popular person, not have the title. But this is WWE. That hasn't stopped them before. But I'm going to give Austin Aries the nod here. Hopefully I'm correct, but again, that's one of my things where it could have gone either way. It could be wrong there. Next one up is the SmackDown Women's Championship match. Now, as I record this, SmackDown ended and they just announced that this is going to be a 6-pack challenge. They added Naomi into this 6-pack challenge. It's going to be Alexa Bliss with her SmackDown Women's Championship, Mickie James, Becky Lynch, Natalya, and Carmella. This is hard. This is very hard. I want to give Naomi the nod because this would be a very good way to have Naomi get the title back without making Alexa Bliss look weak in this way. But this is a hard one to predict because, again, there are 6 people and we finally figured out what this match is going to be. At first, we had the rumor that, hey, this is going to be every available SmackDown women's superstar is going to be included in this, and they were going to put in some legends in order to pad things out. Now we have a definitive thing, and we didn't really expect for Naomi to come back before WrestleMania, and she did. I want to give this to Naomi. I'm probably going to go with Naomi on this. Yeah, we'll go with Naomi on this because it would be this one thing where, okay, she never lost the title. I do believe that, okay, this is going to be a way for Naomi to get the title back without making Alexa Bliss look weak in order to go into maybe Payback, which I believe is the next SmackDown only pay-per-view where they have a one-on-one match to like settle the score in a way. But here it's another hard one right out the bat. This is why I say maybe they're trying to stack the kickoff show in order to say, hey, watch it. Like, why are you saying that this is a bad thing for wrestlers being in the kickoff show? We want to draw things to people to the kickoff show. Why not? Why not give it a shot? So here, there you go. And plus, it's probably going to be like 10 hours long anyway, so might as well go in this direction. Try to stack what you can. Try to put good matches onto a show where you don't usually will see them in order to see, hey, will people be drawn to this? Now, let's get to the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. We knew this was going to be on the kickoff show. They've put it on the kickoff show for the past couple of years now. And from what I'm seeing, as much as the WWE keeps saying, oh, Big Show, Braun Strowman, they're the big guys, they're going to be the odds-on favorite. They never are. The big guys are always going to be ganged up on. You can see that happening. You can see what's going to happen there. However, I have a feeling that Dolph Ziggler, when they said on SmackDown that Dolph Ziggler didn't have his WrestleMania moment, that he never had that whole moment in the spotlight of WrestleMania, I have a feeling that was foreshadowing that he's going to win this. So out of everybody that is going to be a part of this, out of every single star, and I am blanking on everybody who's going to be in it, including Sami Zayn, Mojo Rawley, Jinder Mahal, Goldust, The Ascension, Sin Cara, Breezango, The Usos, Apollo Crews, The Shining Stars, Mark Henry of all people. Where has he been? I have a feeling Dolph Ziggler's going to have his moment. I have a feeling that Dolph Ziggler is going to go into this thing and they're going to give it to him, give him this WrestleMania moment, and really use that as a catapult to get his status back. But at the same time, this is also a very good way in order to create new storylines, because as much as WrestleMania is a culmination of the current storylines, they also have to look ahead to their next pay-per-views, Payback, Extreme Rules, SummerSlam's coming up, so they want to start up new storylines. This is a way to do it. So if it's not Dolph Ziggler, that would be my first guess. Who else would it probably be? I'm looking through this whole thing. The only other one that probably stands out, and they have had mostly heels win the Battle Royal. They've had the Big Show, they had Baron Corbin. I think they had Sheamus one year. I can't remember them having 3 Battle Royals at this point. I would maybe Apollo Crews, since they haven't really used them that much. Either him or Sami Zayn. I could go either one of those 3, but my first guess would be Dolph Ziggler, Sami Zayn, and if Apollo Crews wins. That would be a major upset, but that's the long shot of the night, maybe so far, that I'm going to go with. But my most of my money would go on Dolph Ziggler for this one. So, with that being said, the main card, let's get to it. First one up, this is not how they're probably going to structure it on the actual card. This is just how the WWE.com match card orders them. Okay, first up is the Raw Tag Team Championships. Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, the quote-unquote club, versus Enzo Amore and Big Cass. You can't teach that! Versus Cesaro and Sheamus, which is now a ladder match. Now this is interesting. This is kind of interesting because who else do you recall being a big player in triple threat ladder matches? Who was announced as to being signed with the WWE recently, or at least been rumored. I'm not sure if it's official yet. And who I never thought that TNA would let go. Maybe this is a precursor of things to come, but I am getting ahead of myself here. I said at the beginning at Fastlane pay-per-view that Amore and Big Cass would probably wait till WrestleMania to get these titles. I'm going to hold myself to this because I don't know. I don't know why I'm going to say this because we haven't seen, I don't think we've seen any of these three in the ladder match. I don't think we've seen Cesaro and Sheamus in the ladder match, but in a way, you would think they would try to sell it as Cesaro and Sheamus having the advantage because they've been in ladder matches before, as far as I'm aware. Sheamus has been in the Money in the Bank ladder matches before. I can't remember the ones that Cesaro has been in before, but I know he's been in them before. Enzo and Cass, though, they are my pick. I'm going to hold to this. I'm really going to hold to this because this is where I thought it was going to go in the Fastlane predictions, that they were going to lose there, but they're going to have a way in order to get another shot at the title. This is how they're going to do it. And they're going to win here. I have a feeling Enzo and Cass, that's my prediction here. They're going to win the title. Another title change. Maybe another face wins here. So, yeah, there you go. Intercontinental Championship match. Dean Ambrose versus Baron Corbin. I have a feeling this is going to be a pretty good match, first of all. Also, I have a feeling that as much as I think Baron Corbin could use the Intercontinental Championship match, and as much as... And second thought, I could see this going Baron Corbin's way because he could really use a title run. And as much as I can see this going either way, and this might be the one match that you could never predict one way or the other and be safe with it. There's a few on the cards that's going to be like this. We'll get to them in a minute. I have a feeling I was going to pick Dean Ambrose at first when I first started talking about this match just now, but now that I'm thinking about it, I have a feeling Baron Corbin's going to come away and win this title because he really needs it. If they were smart, they would put the title on Baron Corbin to really continue to push him. And here's the thing about Baron Corbin. He was good in NXT, and then he came to WWE, and they killed his momentum. And I'm not sure what it is. Sure, he's not that exciting, quote-unquote, of a wrestler, but his heel work is pretty good as far as being unlikable. And that's weird to put it that way, but that's how way it is. He really needs a title run in order to further push him. Intercontinental title, prestigious, there you go. There's your way in order to push him further because he's already gotten the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal and they really sold that. So why not give him the next step up? Give him a mid-card title and let's see what he can do with it. Baron Corbin's my pick here. But again, it could go either ways, but I'm going to go with Baron Corbin in this one. Hold my fingers crossed that it stays in that way. United States Championship match. This is probably going to be the lock of the night because we heard about Chris Jericho probably taking a break after WrestleMania or somewhere along the line that he was not going to be with the company that much longer because he has other obligations with Fozzy and all that. So I'm probably going to say this is a lock and give Kevin Owens the U.S. Championship here, simply for that fact that I think they need to get the title off of Chris Jericho for that reason alone. And I think they would do it here. They would do a switch here. I would be very surprised if Chris Jericho ends up winning the championship match. If they do that, then maybe at Extreme Rules they would do something in which something else was on the line, or maybe they had a special stipulation. Of course, they would have special stipulation at Extreme Rules, but I would be very surprised if Chris Jericho retained here. They had Chris Jericho not drop the title, he kept the championship here. So with that having been said, Kevin Owens, I'm picking him, probably my lock of the night, because quite frankly, I can't see the WWE wanting to keep the title on somebody who's going to leave in a few months. I can't really see that happening. Now, here we go with the Raw Women's Championship Fatal 4-Way. This is now an elimination title match. Bayley versus Charlotte Flair versus Sasha Banks versus Nia Jax. Who the hell is Sasha Banks? I have no idea who that is. So here is the way I can see this. They were trying to sell that because of the Fatal 4-Way elimination match, that Bayley would be really on the ropes, that odds would be really stacked against her. When in reality, it's not. Because Fatal 4-Way elimination, did you forget what that is? Cole and Graves and Saxon? Have you forgotten what that is? That means that you used to have to pin every one of those participants to win the match. You have to eliminate the other 3 combatants. So if someone was pinning another participant, it doesn't benefit you to break up the pinfall or break up the submission. You want those other 3 combatants to leave. You want those other ones to be eliminated so you have a better chance. That being said, I could see Nia Jax going first because she's the biggest threat. I could see all 3 of those other participants, Charlotte, Bayley, and Sasha, going after Nia Jax and doing this whole spot where Nia Jax gets pinned by all 3 at the same time. That would eliminate her, and then you have the women in a triple threat match. You have what you originally were going to do. Now, that would also say Nia Jax, it took 3 women to pin her, and so whoever's the champion after this, Nia Jax would have a one-on-one match at Extreme Rules or something like that. I could see that happening where, okay, Nia Jax could make the case in that sense. But it's hard to pick a winner here because Bayley got the upper hand in a way. She got a win at Raw. Basically, that means an omen of her not winning the championship, and of course Nia Jax got the upper hand at the end of that particular segment, meaning that she probably isn't going to win it. So it was Flair and Banks. Banks has a rumored heel turn. At some point she's gonna go heel. At some point they're going to set this up. Why they don't set this up at WrestleMania, why they don't do it already is beyond me. I don't understand why Bayley and Sasha Banks is not on one-on-one, first of all. I have no idea why this is. I have no idea what is keeping this dragging out the way it is. But I could see Bayley retaining again. I could see this happening because of having to set up the one-on-one match. Bayley versus Sasha Banks, maybe Extreme Rules. And I don't understand why they didn't do it here. Why they had to make it, first of all, triple threat and then a fatal 4-way. Maybe it's to get as many wrestlers onto the WrestleMania card as possible. Now, Extreme Rules, they might pull this out of their hat here. They might do the heel turn, assuming they are doing the heel turn, because I don't know about these plans if they have been leaked to the point where Vince McMahon might be going, we might want to change it. We'll get to that. I could see probably a little bit of a change here. I want to say Bayley is going to retain. I want to say that, and that's what I'm probably going to go with. Although, knowing the WWE, they could pull a big swerve here and make Sasha Banks heel at this point. I don't know why they would at this point. I don't know why. And maybe Bayley pins Sasha Banks to retain. They're the last 2. Sasha Banks on Bayley. Bayley pins Charlotte again, and then Sasha and Bayley go after each other, and Bayley wins, getting her win back from the Raw, in which Sasha earns her way into this match, and then you start the gradual heel turn that Sasha Banks has had, and there you go. But my doubts are why they didn't pull the Sasha Banks heel turn before Mania and you had the one-on-one match, because that would sell tickets, that would put butts in seats like they want to do. But Bayley, I have a feeling, will win in this one. SmackDown, Shane McMahon versus AJ Styles. I was really surprised to hear that people were upset about this match happening. Why would you be upset about this match happening? I don't understand. When I watched the episode of Wrestling with Regret with Brian Zane saying, why are you tweeting me and commenting saying about how horrible this decision is and what you would do to change it, I was like, wait, people are upset? I didn't hear anything about, okay, people are not happy that this match is happening. So how would you predict this? How would you go about predicting this? Because Shane McMahon is known for death-defying stunts in the ring. We saw what happened last year, WrestleMania 32, when he jumped off the Hell in a Cell. And let's be honest, the only reason why that was a Hell in a Cell is so Shane McMahon could do that spot, which is off of a higher Hell in a Cell than in past months when Mick Foley did it at 1998's King of the Ring, which is about the most memorable thing of the Attitude Era. One of the most memorable things in that era. But here's the other thing. AJ Styles needs a win here. He really cannot afford to be buried like that. I'm pretty sure Shane McMahon is going to make him look strong. Not that AJ Styles needs that. But if he loses this match, what would that do? I mean, I know Shane McMahon is not a wrestler, but he has been known to be entertaining. How would you go about this? I'm having trouble trying to figure out who I want to pick here. But I mean, this could go either way. This is one of those other ones that could go either way, and we'll get to one major one here in a minute. I'm probably going to go with AJ Styles here, simply for the fact he needs it. I can't see him losing this. I can't see him losing it. I'm going to go with AJ Styles on this one, but again, I could see this being a surprise of the night. Seeing as, okay, no one's expecting much out of this match. Everybody's angry that this match is happening, when the next match is a match that's similar to this one in terms of who's involved. But I can see why they're not as mad or mad at all of this next match. Seth Rollins versus Triple H in a non-sanctioned match. This is something that's been brewing for a couple of years now. And probably the reason why they're not angry at this one and they're angry at the Shane McMahon versus AJ Styles is because of the storied history of Triple H and what he's been known to have accomplished. He's also been known for very good entrances lately. Past couple of years he's been doing them. He's been doing them pretty well. Wonder what they're gonna do for him this year. So, what do you think's gonna happen here? Is Triple H gonna get the rub here? I don't think so. Seth Rollins. This is gonna be a long match. He's gonna get a lot of time here. I see this thing going for 20 minutes. It being a street fight. It being going all over the ring. Using chairs, using crutches like they have been using tables, stuff like that, using anything and everything that's not nailed down, using that as a weapon in order to sell this match or really put this match over. I think we're in for a great one here, and I really love the way that they're putting over Seth Rollins' character and the work that he's put into the role that he needs to put into, either as a face or a heel, doesn't really matter. He made great heel work when he had his championship run, and he's putting great work into his promos as a face, really selling us into this match, really selling that he really wants to kick Triple H's ass, he really wants to go after him. And Triple H has done his own share of greatness as far as promos are concerned and really selling this match. I think that's why people are not upset about this particular thing, is because they've done a great job in selling it. But I have a feeling Triple H is going to lose because they really want to put over Seth Rollins as a face. And I really think they should. He's done tremendous work. So I would be very upset if they put Seth Rollins to job here. Seth Rollins is my pick. Couple more here. We got 4 more matches. I want to count how many matches at the end we have on the card. Power couples collide. John Cena and Nikki Bella versus The Miz and Maryse, and Roker is a special ring announcer. People were not happy about that, and why? We've had celebrities at WrestleMania before, folks. It's not that big of a deal. That's what WrestleMania is supposed to be. That's what WrestleMania has kind of lost, is that connection between wrestling and celebrities, that whole mending of things. And I think it kind of lost that in recent years, and people think, oh, we can't have any celebrities, this is horrible. Keep in mind that that's how WrestleMania became WrestleMania. That's why WrestleMania is what it is now. That's why WrestleMania is so regarded, is because you have those celebrities. You have Bob Uecker, you have Cyndi Lauper, you had Mike Tyson, you had Ken Shamrock, you had all these other celebrities who became well known because of what they did at WrestleMania. Or wrestling fans suddenly like, hey, he did a very good job there, and stuff like that. I don't get the issue there is there. There were some people that were upset about it. I was like, why? Why are you upset about it? That's what WrestleMania is supposed to be. That's what is WrestleMania. So they really did a great job in selling this match on the build-up with the Total Bellas BS stuff that Miz and Maryse did, where they mocked John Cena, Nikki, and Brie Bella on the past 2 episodes of SmackDown, and then John Cena and Nikki Bella did a really awesome promo to sell this on SmackDown last night, or whenever the go-home show would be when you watch this. Holy crap, the John Cena, did he bring out his thugonomics here? Because that was a sign that he was using that sort of mentality there. Hard to pick one. I have to pick one. I really gotta pick one. Okay, so it's hard. It's hard to pick one because Miz and Maryse should probably get the win here because that would really sell the character well. But the way the WWE works, I'm probably gonna go ahead and pick John Cena and Nikki Bella just for the fact that I know how the WWE works. They're going to give John Cena that final say. He's going to make The Miz get his comeuppance. I guess that's how it's going to end. But if I had to pick who should win, Miz and Maryse, who I think will win, John Cena and Nikki Bella. That's what I think will happen, but that's what I think should happen though. Now, let's get to one of the big matches. The Undertaker versus Roman Reigns. Let's get to this match because before I pick my predictions, I'm going to say a few things, and I'm going to give you a shocker of a prediction. I'm pretty sure about it, too. 1, the promos that The Undertaker had. Did anybody else think that this match was going to become a Buried Alive match from what the footage showed? When The Undertaker was building that grave on the go-home show of Raw, what did you think he was doing? Digging a grave for Roman Reigns. The only other times that they've used that footage, they announced that it would be a Buried Alive match. And the Buried Alive match has never happened at a WrestleMania. Every other Undertaker created gimmick match, Hell in a Cell, casket match, Inferno match, they've happened at WrestleMania. Inferno match debuted as a WrestleMania. But a Buried Alive match has never happened at a WrestleMania. I thought they were going to pull that out of their hat. That would have been a fitting way to end The Undertaker's career because there have been rumors that The Undertaker was going to retire after WrestleMania 33. There were rumors to that fact. And there were signs that they were going to do that. But at the end, the whole thing with Roman Reigns and The Undertaker, what did The Undertaker really do? What was the whole point of The Undertaker just appearing and saying rest in peace and dim the lights and that was it? I didn't understand the point of why The Undertaker had that effect. It was a cool effect, but what was the point? I don't understand that. Now, let's get to Roman Reigns for just a second, because before I get my prediction out there, let me talk about how Roman Reigns acted very heelish and why I think he should be heel, because he wants to be heel. He's showing the WWE brass he wants to go heel with these promos, but he's trying to play both ends because he knows what the WWE wants from him. He would be awesome as a heel. He would be sellable as a heel. He could do awesome as a heel. And this rumor thing that's going on with the WrestleMania 34 main event possibility, I don't know if I want to say that it's a plant for Dave Meltzer to run with things while the WWE does what they actually want to do here, or if it's real. And usually, and this worries me, usually when we hear about these things being leaked, they don't change a damn thing. But again, being this leaked, I have a feeling that Vince McMahon might change it if that's the way he wanted to go. Because when things are usually that leaked, Vince McMahon usually is mad enough to change something about it. So let's hope that's the case. Or it could be Brock Lesnar being the face in this whole situation. Never know about that. Or it could be about what I'm about to predict. And I have a feeling this might be a lock. It's going to be a long match. It is going to be a good match. Roman Reigns is going to be booed a lot. He's going to be the heel in this particular situation. But here is my prediction. And people are going to go off on me when I say this. Roman Reigns wins this match. He wins this match. He wins it decisively. In the end, he wins it. People get upset. At the next night on Raw, he gets booed out of the building. He turns heel. He says, screw you guys. If you don't like me, I've tried and tried and tried, but I have failed. I know that you guys hate me, so you know what? F you guys. I'm going to do what I want to do. And there you go. There's your heel turn. Simple as that. Yeah, people are going to be mad at Roman Reigns winning against The Undertaker, one of the most storied careers in history. But you know what? There you go. There's your heel. There's your heel turn. There's your heel heat right there. You beat The Undertaker. someone who's very unliked, and people hate seeing him being shoved down everybody's throats. Guess what? Guess what? You end up selling a heel turn without even trying, without even doing a damn thing. And look at the caliber of opponents that The Undertaker has faced lately. Triple H, Shawn Michaels, CM Punk was in the caliber. He's put over in the way Bray Wyatt, even though he won against Bray Wyatt. It was a great match. Randy Orton, he's had a ton of great matches here. Why? Why would you suddenly downgrade, if you could call it that, to Roman Reigns? Somebody who you could never see as having a chance against somebody of the caliber of The Undertaker, unless Roman Reigns has a plan that we don't know about. I have a feeling we're gonna get surprised. I am picking Roman Reigns here on a sheer fact that they need to turn him heel now. They really need to. The fans want him to see him turn heel. They want to boo him so bad. Roman Reigns, he's been showing through his promos. He's showing the brass at the WWE. He wants to go heel badly. Don't waste his time. Lightning in a bottle. Capture this. This is the time to do it. And you know what? Why do you want to keep him turning face is beyond me. And everybody keeps saying it, saying it, saying it. Just about every single YouTube vlogger that has talked about wrestling has said the exact same thing I'm saying right now. Everybody's saying it. Probably even the people who don't watch these smart wrestling things are saying Roman Reigns needs to go heel. Do it. Please do this. This is gotta be a lock for this contest. This has got to be something. It's going to be a great match, no doubt about it. And this probably should be a very live match. Whether or not The Undertaker retires after this match remains to be seen. He's still got a few matches that he could probably do, but Father Time's catching up to him. You could tell through that Raw promo on the Go Home show that he was tired, that he is showing his age here. He's over 50 years old at this point. He is a tremendous athlete. He's done a lot for this business. He's done a lot for the company. He has stayed loyal to the company even during the darkest of times for the company when they were almost getting put out of business during the Monday Night War. He stayed with the WWE even when he had offers to go to WCW. This would be a great send-off. Well, maybe not a great send-off if they keep Roman Reigns' face. They keep pushing the way they are. But the final thing I want to say is that the next year, they put him in the Hall of Fame. Let this be the point. Let him put Roman Reigns over as a heel, and there you go. And here's the thing. You have top faces. You could turn AJ Styles face. You have Seth Rollins, who I have a feeling is ready to go as a top babyface in the company. He's ready to go. He's ready to become the top babyface in the company. So what do you do with Roman Reigns? Turn the son of a bitch heel, because he wants to be heel. He wants to be booed tremendously. He wants to be booed like you've never heard. And it won't be Xbox heat either. It would be the kind of heat you want to hear. And he wants to go heel. I can tell he wants to go heel. Just by the sound of his voice, his demeanor. He doesn't want to say, with all due respect for The Undertaker, he doesn't want to say that. He wants to say, I want to beat your ass. I'm going to put you 6 feet under. I'm going to put you into that grave. And I'm not going to think twice about it. I'm going to be the 2 in 22 and 2. I'm going to be the second person to beat you. And that might go into what Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns could be based upon. Like, who beat The Undertaker better or whatever. Over who had the better match against The Undertaker. Who beat him worse in a way. You could build a match on that if you really want to do that match. Speaking of Brock Lesnar, I'm going to see the comments on that. Goldberg and Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar wins. I don't know how else you can really go about it. Now, one thing I want to say, Goldberg, why are we getting so concerned about short matches with Goldberg? Why are we so concerned about this? This is the same thing that he has been doing in WCW since in 1998. None of his matches lasted more than 2 minutes in WCW up until the start of 1999 when they started to misuse him. They somehow, with some, whatever reason, turned him heel. I don't understand why they did that. But, well, Vince Russo, that's how else can you understand that? Vince Russo, that's all you need to know. But why are you so upset at Goldberg having really quick matches? It's not because they want to hide the fact that he can't wrestle, it's because that's what he's known for. He's known for having quick ass matches. He's known for having that sort of explosiveness that it only takes a few minutes for him to beat somebody, if that. He's not known for these big matches that go on for 10, 20, 30 minutes. He's not known for that. He doesn't do that kind of stuff. That's not what what is remembered for. He's remembered for making short work, quick work of everybody. He does spear, jackhammer, done. When have you ever in WCW in 1998 seen him do a 10-minute match like people have been wanting him to do? And I will hold to that till my dying breath, that this guy is not known for 10-minute matches. When they tried that in WWE in 2003, it didn't go over that well. So why the hell would you do it now? Make him be the dominant force. Make people remember what he did in 1998. People completely forget that he did that in 98. That was his whole year. That was his whole undefeated streak, was known for that. Now all of a sudden we're saying, oh, we want a 10-minute match. Let's do this and that. Why are we having very short matches? Because that's what he's been known for since 98. Get that through your heads. But having been said, I think it might be a longer match here because of how they want to do this. I have a feeling Brock Lesnar is going to win this. This has got to be the lock. Because I don't think Goldberg has the contract for after WrestleMania. I don't think he's contracted for after WrestleMania. Could be wrong. But Brock Lesnar wins the championship here, and then hopefully Extreme Rules or sometime sooner he drops it to a full-timer. Probably Seth Rollins. Maybe that comes next. That Seth Rollins comes in and say, hey, I want my title back. After everything in WrestleMania is done, Seth Rollins probably comes out and says, hey, I want my title back. I'm coming for you the next 9 in a row. There you go. Then you have Seth Rollins as champion. Or do what you did at WrestleMania 31. Seth Rollins, no you can't. Second thought, no you can't because he's still injured. Why would you put him in this title match? Why would you do that? I don't understand that. But I'm getting ahead of myself here. Here's the thing. I have such a fantasy booking mentality. I want to have that match now. I'm so excited about my own freaking match I'm making up here. I want to see that happen now. That would be an awesome plan to do. Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins, maybe at Extreme Rules. Do that. And put the title back on Seth Rollins because he probably never lost it, unless I remember. Unless you want to count the Dean Ambrose thing. Or bring Finn Balor back. Where has he been? He's returned to the WWE, but not on live TV. Where has he been? Why is he absent? Or is this something that he's going to SmackDown or something? We have rumors for draft happening soon. So there's that. So here's how WWE.com lists this card. There are 13 matches on this card. The last match, according to WWE.com, that would be here, the main event, would make sense for this to be the main event. Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. It would make sense because it's Randy Orton who won the Royal Rumble. Did we forget about all this? Out of all of this, the Royal Rumble winner usually got the main event at WrestleMania. That hasn't happened in the past couple of years. Why? Because now we have the big match, one that everybody wants to go to. But this would make more sense because this is a better story. This had a better story to it because Goldberg and Brock Lesnar, that build was awful. The build to that was awful. Every single match in this card at least had some sort of build. Even the Austin Aries versus Neville match had some sort of build to it. Even it was just, hey, I want to go, I'm after your title. Oh, no, you can. You can't beat me. Yes, I can. You can't. That's the way that was. But at least I had a build. Shane McMahon versus AJ Styles, that was a great way to build the match, which you have the rare blade job that Shane McMahon did when Shane McMahon got thrown through a window of a car by AJ Styles. But Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar, there wasn't much of a build. It was just a lot of talking, and there wasn't really much of anything there. You had two part-timers there. They're not gonna have that much of a build, but Paul Heyman can sell a phone book and make it sound entertaining. Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton had a great build up with Randy Orton coming in and saying, hey, you know Sister Abigail, you know your compound, I'm gonna murder him. I'm gonna commit murder to Sister Abigail's remains. I'm gonna commit arson to your compound. Now I want to come after your title. This has epic written all over it. I hope it's last. I hope they stick to this. They're probably going to put Goldberg and Brock Lesnar on last because, you know, WWE, that's how they do things. But I would really hope that this is last. And this is going to be very hard to pick a winner here. But if this is the last match, and I have a feeling it will be, I could see Randy Orton winning the match. Because it would be a great bookend to this whole story they've been doing. With Randy Orton saying if you can't beat him, join him. he goes with Bray Wyatt for a while, and he becomes tag team champions, and then he wins the Royal Rumble, and he says, you know what, I can't face Bray Wyatt for the title, because Bray Wyatt won in the Elimination Chamber. You haven't seen much of him, admittedly, on SmackDown. But then, Randy Orton comes out and says, oh, by the way, I've been lying to you this whole time. I found out everything about you. Now I'm going to play the mind games. I want to come after your ass. I'm getting the title. I want my title shot at WrestleMania. Guess what? I think Randy Orton wins this. Why? Because this will be an awesome bookend to this. I have a feeling this might be more of a lock than pretty much an upset. But again, the one thing that's keeping me is that Bray Wyatt has not held this title for very long. I have not seen Bray Wyatt hold the title very long. So that might have to play into things. But if this goes last, I could see Randy Orton having a feel-good moment because face ends WrestleMania. Face win ends WrestleMania. And this would be a great bookend to that whole thing. It would be the final chapter there to a storyline that's been built up well. I could see Randy Orton winning. I think I'm going to pick Randy Orton to win this. Yeah, I'm going to pick Randy Orton to win this. So, let's go through the list one more time. Neville versus Austin Aries. Austin Aries wins because I picked Neville to lose it here at WrestleMania. Alexa Bliss in the six-pack challenge, I predict that Naomi is going to win it here, to win back her title here. Even though it is a six-pack, anything can happen in that one. It's hard to predict those, but I think Naomi wins that. The Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, it could go to either Sami Zayn, could go to Apollo Crews, or go to my first pick, which is Dolph Ziggler, to give him that WrestleMania nod. Apollo Crews is the long shot of the night, but I don't know why I'm picking him. But hey, I gotta give the guy some love somewhere because he usually doesn't get any big love. So what the hell? What the hell? We'll give him some love here. Tag Team Championship Triple Threat match is now a ladder match. Enzo Amore, Big Cass. I picked them to win here at WrestleMania to finally get their Tag Team Championship run, and they will do it here, I do believe. Ambrose versus Corbin. I have a feeling Corbin is going to win because he really needs that title run. Kevin Owens versus Chris Jericho, U.S. Championship match. I think Kevin Owens is going to win because Chris Jericho is leaving in a few months, and you kind of want to not have your championship be leaving on a person. I have a feeling Kevin Owens is going to win there. Either that or Extreme Rules, but again, that's one of those things that could go either way. That's one of those things where I'm not completely 100% certain about my pick. Bayley wins the Raw Women's Championship. She retains again. They eliminate Nia Jax first, then Charlotte Flair, then they have their one-on-one match. Afterwards, Sasha Banks would go heel, or the next night of Raw, she goes heel. AJ Styles versus Shane McMahon. AJ Styles needs this win. Really needs this win. I could pick AJ Styles to probably win this thing, but it could be a good match. It could be the surprise of the night there. Seth Rollins versus Triple H. I don't see Seth Rollins losing this match. I think he is going to win this one just because why would you have him lose this match when he is set to become one of your top baby faces in the company? Why would you make him lose here? That would be an awesome thing to have him go one up on Triple H. John Cena and Nikki Bella versus Miz and Maryse. I would think Miz and Maryse would need the win more, but Cena and Nikki would probably end up winning this one because that's how the WWE works. Could anybody see that Cena poses a Nikki at WrestleMania? just putting that out there. I don't know what I'm thinking there. Undertaker versus Roman Reigns, the upset of the night here. Roman Reigns wins and goes heel the very next night on Raw, officially cementing becoming the top heel in the company. I think that should happen. I think that's what will happen because they would be stupid to not do it that way, especially when things have been leaked to hell and back with that WrestleMania 34 possibility. And because why would you not do that? Why would you waste that opportunity? You have top faces in the company who are 10 times better at pulling that crap off than Roman Reigns is. Do it. Just do it. Why are you waiting for WWE? Why you keep pushing them? Everybody's saying the same thing. You're listening to nobody. Goldberg and Brock Lesnar. Why would you pick Goldberg here? Brock Lesnar wins, and then maybe Seth Rollins challenges him in the next Raw. And Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton, probably Randy Orton, because that's probably going to go on last, and because Randy Orton would have that book and win. So there you have it. Now, I could be wrong, I could be right, doesn't matter because these are just my predictions. I'm probably going to do a review of WrestleMania. It is starting at 5 p.m. with the kickoff show and then going to the main show, which is at 7/6 Central by Pacific, actually. And what do you think is going to happen at WrestleMania? Please comment down below. I want to hear what you think is going to happen. Who do you think is going to win and why do you think they're going to win? Is The Undertaker actually going to win at WrestleMania? Do you think Triple H would go one up on Seth Rollins? Do you think that Bray Wyatt is going to retain that championship? Or do you think Chris Jericho has a few more people to add to his list? I want to hear what you think. Who's going to win the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal even? Because that could go to maybe R-Truth or somebody like that. Mojo Rawley might want the nod here. Maybe it's somebody dark horse. Maybe I'm wrong about Braun Strowman or the Big Show winning. Maybe I'm wrong about them being ganged up upon. Never know. You never know. So please leave a comment down below. I will try to read those as best as I can. Not guaranteeing I can respond to all of them because there's probably going to be a lot of things I'm doing, but I guarantee I do read all of them, so be advised of that. I do read all of them. I can't guarantee I can answer every single one of them, but I'll try my best to do so. Until next time, my name is Shitty Shadow, and that just happened.